Ravi Srivastava. Okay.
Certificates are being issued that they are the.
Sanju, let me just get in and get some facts.
What kind of event is this? What fact you want to verify? Please do.
Okay, I tell you what kind of event is this. I'll tell you Ravi Srivastava, I'll tell you what kind of event is this. So, the Pran Pratishtha, the process, the prayers, the ceremonies start on 15th of January, when the President of India, Draupadi Murmu, would be present. The process, the procedure, the ceremonies culminate on 22nd of January, when Prime Minister would be present. So that's the basic fact, number one. Number two, Pankaj ji was saying that tell us something new. So I tell you something new. Congress minister orders Karnataka temples to perform a special puja on January 22nd. This is Karnataka Endowment Minister Ramalinga Reddy, who has given a written instruction that across all temples of Karnataka on January 22nd prayers should be held. You have Vikramaditya Singh, minister in the Himachal government, saying he will go and attend the consecration or Pran Pratishtha ceremony on January 22nd. And we have other headlines which show the kind of involvement that is there of people. Ravi Srivastava, you know, expectant mothers request Kanpur government hospital to align deliveries with Ram temple ceremony. A group of 700 people coming from Janakpur in Nepal carrying goodies.
These are all trivial things which you are talking about.
No. Listen, Ravi Srivastava, that is the mistake you make. In your highbrow ivory tower intellectualism, I think you fail to understand the sentiment on the ground. And the job of the politicians is exactly that, to understand the sentiment on the ground. Also, let me complete. I'll come to you. You ask something, I am responding, and then you answer. Ravi Srivastava, you get to answer. You see, Ravi Srivastava, you are saying, is this a social event, a religious event? Do you know the oath of US President? It ends with, so help me God. The US dollar, it says, in God we trust. The King of England is called the defender of the faith, or the Queen of England is called the defender of the faith.
What God has to do with the Bhagwan Ram? Everybody has his own God. I have got my own God.
What God has to do with Bhagwan Ram?
What should you have to live with the Bhagwan Ram God only? I have got my God. I have got my God in my four walls of my house, which I worship.
And it's not Bhagwan Ram?
Why should I tell you whom I worship?
Ravi Srivastava cannot be a Hindu.
That is my personal right given by the Constitution of this country.
This
is my personal right.
Repeatedly without remorse or regret.
This is my personal right, sir, whom I want to worship.
I think you are missing the point, Ravi Srivastava. Okay, I understood. At some level, you are right. At some level, you are right. It's a very personal matter. It's a personal God. No religion, perhaps, in the world, other than Hinduism, has the concept of very personal God to a level where you can have mothers in our homes treating Laddu Gopal as a kid God. You can have a very personal God where Ramcharit Manas itself says Agun Sagun Do Brahma Swarupa. So I think it's not about a personal God or not. This is about an event in the history of the nation, or history in the making for a nation, where the nation, the society, the politics, the people, everyone is coming together. Now, of course, there would be some element in politics. They would want to stay away from it. Whether it's wise, we don't know. As I said, Vikramaditya Singh is a leader of the Congress party. The Karnataka minister is of the Congress party. And they are also getting involved. Just as commoners are getting involved in whichever manner they can, just as Prime Minister, apart from being there on the Pran Pratishtha day, is getting involved in whatever manner. I think Mr. Pankaj Sharma The Congress party's dilemma is not whether Sonia Gandhi should go to the Pran Pratishtha. I think the dilemma is whether you can decisively own up this occasion like the BJP can or not. Is that the dilemma, Mr. Sharma?
There is no dilemma. I have told you nobody is against Lord Rama. Congress party is not against Lord Rama. I think so. See, you know, this the sentiments on the ground have already been expressed by Shankaracharyas. You know, I fear the huge overdoing in Ram Temple thing might be counterproductive for BJP. It will boomerang. Large section of Hindu society is actually not happy the way Pran Pratishtha of Ram Lala is being done with this sort of haste, ignoring all the Sanatan and religious aspects of basic rituals, keeping only upcoming parliament election in mind. Acharyas are raising fundamental questions that have no answers.
Pankaj, you must be very clear, you know, without wasting much time, the Congress can just say that, listen, we do not believe in the manner that the BJP is going ahead with the entire consecration. Sanju, give me a moment. I'm going to come back to you and you should be firm. Either you say yes or no. Now you clearly cannot be living in the grey because then I'll tell you what Shashi Tharoor said. Pankaj, this is what Shashi Tharoor said, and I think that is the crux of the entire issue. I also want to get in Sajjan and Kanchan both into the conversation back. Shashi Tharoor said, if you go, that means you are playing into the hands of the BJP. That is your real fear. And he said, if you don't go, that means you are anti-Hindu. So the Congress is not able to decide this. Kanchan, before I come to Sajjan, what is the problem if a Nitish Kumar, if a Tejasvi, if a Lalu Prasad Yadav is also seen at the consecration, Kanchan? Do you believe that you should be there welcoming Lord Ram and this entire sentiment, the journey of faith that we have seen over the country, Kanchan?
This is not the multiple choice question where we answer yes or no. I have said already that Ram is our faith. Ram is Ram hai. But we don't do the dirty politics like BJP is doing. That we are doing the politics on education.
What is dirty about the consecration ceremony, Kanchan? If I may ask you, what is dirty about a consecration ceremony? Can you tell me that? What does the RJD believe is quote unquote dirty about a consecration ceremony?
You know, everything they are linking with the Ram Temple only. They are not talking about the real issue of the education. They are talking about employment. They are talking about the eradication of the poverty, eradication of the unemployment, eradication where you are hungry. You have seen the index. But what they are talking about only the Ram Temple. Ram is our faith. We have made experiment one time. We don't need the invitation for the Bharatiya Janata Party to visit every temple in this country. We have that right.
Kanchan, why don't you accept that the BJP is trying to usurp both Mandal and Kamandal at the same point? And that is going to be hurting parties like yours, parties like the Samajwadi Party. And before I get Sanju to respond to this, Sanjan, thank you for your patience, and because you are in Ayodhya, I think you are the best placed right now to tell us that what really is the ground reality. Is this the coming together of the Mandal versus Kamandal that really helps the BJP and something that is leaving the INDA alliance with absolutely no choice?